What's up guys, my name's Engram, your host on this Destiny tutorial. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to get really fast helium filaments on the moon. It's a great farming strategy. You just go in a big circle and I get so many of them. I got about 100 after an hour, which is pretty insane. So all you want to do is go to the moon and start the Explorer. We're going to be going off of the helium filaments and chest locations all over the map. So all you want to do when you spawn in is just go up here to the right. There's usually a helium filament on the ground right there, as you can see, sometimes just on this ridge, it's kind of random. And then the next spot, there's going to be one in this little crater. Sometimes there's a chest in here, so make sure you go check that as well. And then what you want to do is go to the right. I just go in this direction just because that's the way I've gone. You can obviously go in the opposite direction, but you're just going to want to go around the edge of the map. For the most part, just stay on the edge of the map because almost all of the chests and helium filaments are just tucked away behind a rock somewhere, and just keep along the edge of the map and you'll see a bunch of them. You know, helium filament here, a chest here. You just want to keep along the edge of the map, stare into the center a few times, check around the columns, maybe in the little rafters of this little big building here. For the most part, stay around the edge of the map for this entire thing and just keep looking for these boxes. Sometimes there'll be more here and there, and then also make sure you go check in this cave because sometimes when there's stuff in there, you make sure you want to get that. After you've gotten out of this cave, just go straight off through this right area. There's almost never ever, I've never seen anything in this area, so just keep going through this area and get to the next area. Once you get to this next area, just hold right. The entire time, basically, you're just staying on the right side of the map and keeping on the edge. Sometimes there's a bunch of chests inside these little turbines. You have to go up here, and sometimes there's some helium filaments. Sometimes there's a chest in this turbine here, so make sure you check in there as well. And then you just keep along the edge of the map, like I said, and keep on going. On top of this little thing on the right there, make sure you check up on top of there, up there, and under in these little turbines. Again, there's sometimes everything in here, and make sure you check again on top of that area up there. Sometimes there's a chest, and just continue along, keeping everything on your right. Check every one of those turbines because everyone has them. Sometimes there's a chest. I just kind of take a glance over here where I go zigzag. Sometimes there's chest around this area, and then just take a glance over there. If you see any helium filaments, go get them. Otherwise, just turn around. We're not going to worry about that area. It's not really worth it. And then sometimes there's a chest on top of these boxes on this building, but don't worry about going inside. It's really not worth the time. Once you get here, there's going to be a cave, a little kind of machine thing. Go inside of here. Sometimes there's a chest in this location. Once you do that, what I like to do is just speed through here. Sometimes there's a bunch of helium filaments or chests in this area. Sometimes you can see a chest on the bottom level. And then what you're going to do, again, hold right, check in this cave here. We're not going to be going down towards that area where all the thralls came out of the door on the first mission. You're going to go up into this area again, holding to the right side of the map and going into this cave as well. There's also a dead ghost up here if you guys don't know, so make sure you go check that out. I think it's on top of this cave, rocks. And then once you come out here, sometimes there is this helium coils right here, so you can probably obviously see that one as well. Now there's a kind of tricky chest. Sometimes the chest spawns right there. You can see underneath the building. It did spawn this time. It's just a random one. That's just one I'd noticed that's inside the building. So make sure you check that spot. Every time you drop, you'll see a green light. That'll be a really obvious tip. After you've done that, all you want to do is go to the next area. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a path. There's really never one here. What I do is I just jump off, so you don't have to go around the entire path. You don't have to waste your time going around the big loop. Just jump up here and then spawn your sparrow again and continue around. And again, just hold right, check around these areas, but again, hold right. That's the rule with this strategy. I could call this entire title just hold right and check around the other sides of these rocks. These kind of tricky. Sometimes a chest, helium coils just behind these rocks. Check around here, as well as down there in the sacrificial pit. There's 2 caves, but those usually there's players there, so they're usually not chests here. So I don't always go down there. But again, keep to the right. I know I've said this a million times, but there's also a cave here. This cave actually kind of surprised me because I've gone through here millions of times and I haven't seen this cave. So make sure you check this cave because nobody seems to see it, and there's almost always a chest in here as well. And again, you're going to want to just keep on the right side. There's a bunch of chest spawns that are actually right on the edge of this little circle that goes around the entire thing. So make sure you check. There's going to be ones across the entire thing, really. I've seen like 3 chests in one go around this entire thing. So the entire time you're going to be going around the right side. Make sure you keep an eye out that you can go down there and there will be chests down there. Then you want to go back up and get on your sparrow if there is a chest there, and keep along the right side. I know I've said this a million times, but again, keep along the right side. But on here, just to the left, there's going to be 2 caves where the fallen in, and of course there's like a helium filament here. If you see a coil, get the helium coils and just go in these caves. There's going to be 2 of them. Usually one of them has a chest, and if the other one does not have it, that's just because there's only one for this spawn area. Once you check both of those caves, again, hang all the way to the right. One thing I like to do is just check up here. Sometimes there's a chest inside of this little green chasm area, just sitting on top of those rocks. So make sure you check down there. They should be able to be inside in there. And then I go towards this hive area. There's usually a lot of spawns in this hive area. And again, check those little green little areas. Sometimes there's a chest in those little green things, just to be kind of you know, sketchy and kind of a fun thing to get. But again, make sure you check down there at the same time. And in the hive area, there's going to be 2 little spots you can get stuff in that little like nook there, and then there's like a cave right here. And also, if you check down below, there might be some chests that are on the ridge again along the line. Make sure you check there. And this one's going to be kind of one of the harder to find spots. Sometimes there's a chest on top of the rocks up there is where I was looking. And again, there's sometimes helium coils around here. And again, there's going to be chests down around the edge of that section there. So make sure you check there as well before proceeding on. Once you've collected everything in that area or gotten the chest up top, then you're going to want to go up this ramp and you're going to be almost to the beginning area. Again, this is going to be another pathway. You're not going to find anything in this area here. Just go over the jump. Do not die like I almost did, but have a lot of fun with it. I usually love going off these jumps and having a bunch of fun. Once you come around this side, you'll notice that you're in the beginning area again. Check to the right here. Sometimes they're around these rocks. Make sure you check over there because there's sometimes there, as well as some filaments that are just hanging around. And then there's this cave on the left. Make sure you go check that out. In here in this cave, there's going to be usually a spawn chest here, a bunch of caves around this area. It's super awesome. Then you want to do is cut through this facility around here, check around the edges, and go through these buildings. Usually there's 2 different buildings here. Usually there's a chest or maybe even a filament inside of these buildings. It's kind of weird sometimes when there's a bunch of helium coils laying around everywhere. Again, check in this building. Then you're going to take a right and go back towards the facility. Sometimes there's chest spawns up on these upper platforms as well as behind to the right up on the rock. So make sure you check up there and around this area, as well as down below in the stilts. There's sometimes a chest near this objective marker, so make sure you check in and around this area. And then that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much the full strategy. Once you get all the way around, you'll notice that to the right, check around the archers obviously, and then you'll notice to the right is where you spawn, and that's pretty much the full strategy for you guys today. And helium filaments are super duper important for these armor, especially with the Vanguard marks. They're the ones that give you only helium filament required ones, and again, they're really, really important. I've needed like over 100 of them. I already spent that 100. Like I said, I got an hour. So yeah, once you finish that circle, you just go around the circle again. They will respawn every single time you leave into another area where it says like words at the bottom of the screen. The new ones will respawn, and the spawn rate is also based on the other players that are in the area that will mess up the spawn. Anyways, that's pretty much the video for you guys today. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of farming or different materials that you'd like to see next. I know that I have one very, very soon, or I've already posted on relic iron, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. Do you guys want to see spirit blooms or maybe spin metal? I have a bunch of farms on those as well. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you like this video and get it around, because I do work really hard trying to get these strategies and working them out, making sure that they are the most effective and actually kind of fun to go around and get all of them. But anyways, my name is Destiny Helium. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next video.